Hello and welcome to Monday morning. It's like 10 a.m. I just went for a run. You can see the mountains in the background. Like, I'm never gonna get sick of waking up every day and just seeing mountains. It's so cool and they're so big. But yeah, I went for a little run and now it's breakfast time. On Mondays and Wednesdays my classes don't start until about like 3, so I have a while, which is fun. After classes some days it's fun, instead of just going straight home, to go and do some exploring around the city, because it's a huge city and there's so much to offer. So one day after class I went with some friends to an art museum in the art district of Santiago, which is called Bellas Artes, fittingly. Art museum. It was cool to get to see some more contemporary art. I didn't understand some of what was going on in the art displays, but it was still cool to look around and see how some of them were really big, and there were parts of certain exhibits scattered throughout the whole museum. So it was fun to kind of pick up on something and say, hey, that's part of the exhibit that we saw over there. On Friday of this week in question, my friends and I went to a mall to a rooftop Chili's restaurant. It was fun to be at a Chili's in Chile, and I've actually never been to Chili's before. They were saying that it was different than what Chili's is like in the States, but it was still fun. And we were trying to be there for the sunset, but then it turns out we were facing the east, not the west. So we kind of missed it, but that's okay. It was still fun. That weekend, my host mom went off to her beach house for the weekend and left me and my roommate home to cook. She left a lot of prepared food in the fridge, but she invited us to make pasta. But then we realized that we didn't know which knobs correlated with which burners, and we didn't want to fill the house with gas, so we improvised. We're making pasta without fire because we don't know how to work the stove, and our host mom is gone. So we heated water in this and then put it in the pot and then put a lid on it.
Which is pretty resourceful at the end of the day, okay? So this is advanced.
Yeah, I hope it works out. I feel like it'll be fine. So hopefully we'll let you know how it tastes. It ended up tasting pretty normal. Nothing special or bad, so pretty average. So I did actually end up deciding to have this vlog encompass the 2nd and 3rd weeks here in Santiago. So you get a double feature, because I guess I didn't do that much for 2 weeks. one day after class, my friends and I went to check out the National Library of Chile, which is in downtown Santiago. It was pretty cool. There aren't actually a lot of study spaces there. It's not an active library like to get books out of. It's more of like a research library, but they do have a very nice cafe. We worked our way onto a part of the city called Bella Vista, which is a very cute, colorful little corner of the city. It's known for its nightlife, but it also tends to be a little bit more risky at night, but during the day, it's absolutely lovely. And then on the Friday of this week, we went on a walking tour with our program directors around a neighborhood in Santiago called Barrio Italia, which was where a lot of Italian settlers were in, I believe, the 1800s. But more recently it's been undergone a bit of a revival, kind of gentrification, but also like lots of younger people, and there's a lot of shops and restaurants and cafes around, and it was really pretty. There are lots of cool museums in Barrio Italia, and also some instances of various types of architecture that have been popular throughout the centuries and decades. So there are some older Italian style homes and gardens, and then some more traditional Chilean ones, and then also some more contemporary buildings. And this next house is reportedly a haunted house, and it may have been part of the inspiration for Isabel Allende's famous book, The House of the Spirits, which I'm actually reading right now. Then our Saturday adventure to cap off the vlog for the second and third weeks is a trip to the local amusement park / water park in Santiago, and it is called Fantasylandia, so Fantasyland, and it's very cute. It's right in the middle of the city. You just take regular city public transport to get there. Nothing extra, and tickets were pretty cheap, I think $15. So it was pretty fun. So all in all, the second and third weeks here in Santiago were pretty fun. Not too many crazy adventures, but still some nice things that I enjoyed within the city. So it was fun to just explore, and I'm happy to have 3 more months here. But yeah, there's some big adventures coming up in the week 4 vlog, so stay tuned. See you there.